All right. 3, 2, 1, team. Oh. So that was my first soft in, very much like Archer did to that fat lady in the cartoon Archer on FX. Uh, was probably not the best experience. Uh, that's not going right. It sounded better in my head, but yeah. So that was a soft open, unlike a hard, or unlike no, soft in, unlike a hard out, happens whenever the fuck we want it to. But you have to signify when you're coming in soft, because you never know when we're going to get focused enough to get anywhere, if we're going to get anywhere, and if we do it right, shit might explode everywhere. We're gonna make a big mess. Yeah, yeah. I smoked way more than I should have today. Um, so we just did the game balls. Oh, that's what I want to find. Like wild shit for me. Oh, first off, I need to acknowledge that I'm aware that people are actually seeing this. There's like a thing in here. Ooh, premium. And in analytics, there's a live thing, but it always says something went wrong. It's not my fault, but it never works. But this one, I think you can see, like there was like 21 people that watched on, that looked at this shit. I don't even know what it was on YouTube. What was it on YouTube? Can you find it on YouTube? View your channel. What does it say here? Nothing. Cool. So nobody watches. I would not expect. So YouTube has the proper response. Um, yeah, 27 people. That's fucking wild. Super weird. Super weird. Super weird. Um, so yeah, this is a demonstration of the reflection of you and I, where you are you, or if I am I, because I am I, and you are you, because you are you, or you are you because I am I, then I am I because I am you. That's a fucking riddle. I think I actually said it right. If I am I because I am I, and you are you because you are you, but you are you because I am I, then I'm not I am you. Wild, right? But if you think about it, like that is the summary of the God of the system of God, if you think about it. And like the internet gets you to experience that because I, in this scenario, think that you, God, could benefit for something that I have to say. And the internet is amazing because then you get the opportunity to just fucking say it to everyone and hope that it reaches where you're fucking trying to let it go. And if you don't really know where it's supposed to go, you can aim it in a certain direction, knowing that, like fucking buckshot in a rifle, like I don't know exactly where it is that I want to hit, but I know it's somewhere over there, and hope that it's gonna go. Kind of like sitting in the middle of the ocean on a baseboard, hoping that a ship come by to find you. Like kind of just hoping it works out. So that is what I am doing. Um, That is what we are doing. Yeah, we have a problem with pronouns. Pronouns? We have a problem with pronouns. It's weird that every time I have a problem with a situation, that problem has been recently in the past like hijacked to be a horrible thing to talk about. Like you can't say pronouns because that's how people identify. Uh it is weird because like you kind of need to know which person you're identifying with because each person is a different person. And like that's the wild thing about the simulation, right? Like we are definitely in a simulation. We're running this over and over again. And we think of simulation wrong, but I'm not gonna get into that. Uh, but I was talking to somebody yesterday, whenever, um, and I like to think about history and like wonder how many things we said was wrong in history and now they're right. And like one of the things that I don't never heard anybody mention, and similar like the Oppenheimer, the line at the end of Oppenheimer when he's talking to Einstein and he thought he was going to trigger the end of the world. Um, and the funny thing is that he still might have like a nuclear bomb might end the world, and that's kind of like the the irony of the reaction is that the nuclear reaction starts so tiny but gets so big, and um, the life cycle is that it has to get tiny again. So what does it do when it gets tiny again? Does it explode to be real big, or does it just fade away into nothing? Um, it's an interesting metaphor for the end of Oppenheimer. But I definitely didn't say Oppenheimer to start that off with. Oh, there was these. The other one that I was thinking about is when we were in high school, we learned white man's version of Native American history. And like one of the stories that resonates with me, which is why I don't like doing this. I fuck it. I don't like doing this, but we are okay doing this. Um, Talking about yourself in whatever version of this person is very awkward, and I understand that listening to it has to be super awkward as well. But understanding the difference between I and me and we and you, is important in understanding talking to a schizophrenic. I don't think I'm definitely think that if I were to sit in front of somebody who um, labeled those things, I would definitely be labeled as that. But well, I guess by definition I would be, but like the good kind, as they say, the good kind of of voices in your head. Because my goal aligns with your goal, so we're trying to get to the same place. What is my goal? Well, my goal was to my goal. I was a mm, when you stop and think, you kind of stop thinking. It's a weird endeavor. Like when you're writing your movie, right? Like that's what we're doing here. We're writing a movie. You see where you want to go and you see where you're going to get there and you see from other movies like how this is going to go. You're like, fuck, right? So you're writing your own movie and movies are fake. What is you need? If you can't value something that doesn't have the same origin, and so the origin has to be either in the same type of origin, if it's an origin in reality or if it's an origin in existence. Oh, we're talking four-dimensional shit, dude. Like, here's a retarded thing. Yeah, here's a retarded thing. The other day, I thought about the movie Good Will Hunting that totally is fiction, but yet has probably told many, many versions of that where the person that's not supposed to know anything can solve a problem that all of the people that are experts solve. So, and if you think about it, like one of those situations is like, why can't it be you? Like that's the thing everybody says, why can't it be you? I mean, usually it's signed that with like something great, but like, why can't it be you? The problem with this is I keep doing things and I'm like, oh, I could be that. That is me. It's not why could it be you? It could be you. Like this is like the dude's name is Sean in Good Will Hunting. It's the same fucking name. It's super fucking weird. Do I think we see the reflections of the things we understand and the things we want to see? Right? We are observing the reflections of ourselves. Um, what is the how do you get out of a fun house or a house of mirrors? Jump on the floor or walk into a wall. Because once you start causing a ripple or shaking the mirrors, you're able to see where they are. Um, and when a mirror shakes unexpectedly, you shit your pants. Um, breaks your fucking ordeal. Um, but we forget with mirrors, like if you line them up perfectly, like there's something that's off, and knowing what that is, and then compensating for it is, or figuring out what things need to be compensated for, because some things may not matter, is the reality of the situation. We're never gonna get through this, dude. No, we're definitely not. Definitely not. Had a big reality day today. Like there was a comment made that there's a score on the internet. There's a scoreboard on the internet. Um, but and it's like somewhere, and we pointed at the screen, but like, what's the scoreboard on the experience? There should definitely be a scoreboard on the experience. You're playing, uh, like everyone's playing a game for the scoreboard on the internet or the scoreboard on Nielsen ratings or scoreboard on the attendance or the scoreboard on revenue, but like nobody gives a fuck. That's not where the value is. That's not where the value is. The value is on the experience. So where's that scoreboard? Nobody scoreboards the experience. They have all of these different categories: X, Y, Z, getting in, sunlight, protection, uh, whatever. But nobody did you like you say you asked the fans, but did you like really ask the fans the question that the fans thought you were asking? Like, I'm not fighting the expansion of NFL to like. I think we have to agree with Pete Thamel, and all of this, where uh, college football is a clusterfuck, and the clusterfuck is a balloon full of oxygen at fucking bouncy house with 8 birthday parties. Like if one of those little motherfuckers gets some of the explosions in my mind, explain that better. But like it's a filled balloon with a hole poked in it, and the fucking balloon's going everywhere, and like it's gonna explode at some point, or it's gonna fizzle out and die. Like that's really the only two solutions, and like people might keep pumping air in it to keep it alive, but like those are the only two ways that the NCAA, it is not a model that works. So I think the step that they have with the 5-year rule is actually a good idea, and it's again, what did I say? We're tinfoil hat time productions. We're I had a great tagline where we provide you with the opportunity to produce a reason to be here, owned by the third place. We understand you don't want to be here, but understand we would like to try to want to make you to be here. Or yeah, we would like to give you the option to be here. I don't know, but throwing those two things together is like that's what we're trying to do. Uh, that is our new sponsor for whatever the fuck this thing is. If it ever decides to like evolve into anything, that is our imaginary sponsor. We are currently selling ownership opportunities to be executive directors to receive CEO, executive board of director bonuses. Now that sounds absolutely absurd when you say that right now as one fucking moron sitting in the middle of, I don't know, Chandler, Arizona. When you don't have any fucking, you don't even have a company. That's fucking retarded. That is retarded. But what do you want to be when? What do all of us want to be? Is like that board member on Coca Cola that's bringing home $1 million a year just for fucking owning something, right? We all want to be that. So you gotta have. What other place are you gonna have the opportunity to be that? I'll fucking take it. But because we are exchanging value for value, that is actually the true measure on the experience is the exchange of value for something of knowing and the appropriate other the exchange of value that both people are aware of the value, or both people are aware of the value. People are again the dollar is no longer a fair exchange of value because it doesn't mean the dollar doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. So the ideal, what we're trying to do is we're going to try to set up. We're not trying to do this for like. This is all true if you want it to be true. Like we're not doing anything. I'm just talking about doing it. I'm fucking American middle-aged man whose only goal, like all I want to do is something productive in the morning before the sun rises, and then I want to get breakfast pizza or get anything any kind of breakfast. If you want to make me breakfast, I'll eat it. Um, if I need to kill my breakfast, I'm not sure I'm hungry. Um, so yeah, that's where the line is there. Um, yeah, I don't need very much. So I'm not going to give very much. Um, that's not true. I'm not going to, but we definitely will. Um, and that's the life I've been living. Like people say that it can't be done, but literally I've been doing it for the last 4 years, up until recently, where somebody stomped on the floor or walked into the mirror and let me realize that I was in fact relying on somebody else. I was relying on you to care enough about people who are doing things that were just enough to get by. Like I don't ask for anything. I don't collect any of the uh, things that I could by making like less than $15,000 a year. Um, I was okay living in the cave. Like no one, I was okay you not being aware of me, and me not being aware of you. Now, people say that they're uber competitive, um, and I agree. Most of them are, but I'm also uber competitive, and I don't have a sport to play. which is why I make the joke about coaching a team that doesn't know I'm coaching it in a game that they're not aware that they're playing on a scoreboard that nobody can read or understand. Um, like pretending, like not pretending, like I'm legitimately talking to the avatars of the Pat McAfee show that I have on my TV. Like it's a legitimate conversation because there is supposedly, allegedly, I believe, I have faith in either the genius or the insanity of the internet provides you the opportunity for somebody to talk back to you. And if that goes well, it also provides you the opportunity for you to like reach out and touch that person, thus making, thus fulfilling a purpose, and reality becomes the experience, which the experience lives inside of existence. So you basically collapse reality at that point. Because reality is the observation of problems that we are unaware of or we are unwilling to provide a solution for, provide the solution for. So, yeah. I got some wild shit going on in my brain. Oh, that's the one thing I did want to say because that one's going to like come back and haunt me at some point. What's this? Dream Team Apple Dude is the man or woman. I really don't know which, but I appreciate you liking all of my things, and it is the most awkward fucking experience to like thumbs up literally no one, literally no one. But I think that somebody's there. That is fucking crazy. Where is it at here? This one I feel like. All right, so I am like every white kid born in the '80s and wanted to be like Eminem. However, I am also aware that I have failed every year of English in both spelling and pronunciation, um, have no rhythm, and don't like to be punched. So I don't want to be Eminem. I was thinking about this while I was waiting this morning for a car. This like popped into my head of we choose the reflection that we want to see, right? And you can choose the reflection that you want to provide. So it doesn't matter what I provide or what you provide. What I provide to you, it doesn't matter. You're going to see whatever I want to see or whatever you want to see. All I can do is give you what I think I want you to see. Um, Unfortunately, since this is the point of reflection, I'm not like you're going to see a lot. um, but that being said, there was a point to that, and that wasn't it. Um, oh yeah, so this came to me in the car, and like I know I'm not a rapper, but like I know I'm not a rapper, but I also know that Pat McAfee's not a fucking singer, right? Like, um, but he did make a record, and I for what it was, it's a good record. Like you should listen to it. The writing is actually very well done. Um, if you approach it with ignorance, which is removing all of your obsession and your hate for whatever it is in that moment that you have, and just listen to the lyrics, you could appreciate the art. But he's not a country singer like that. If he was, I I would like to hear the next phases album. I would like to hear what is the album over the next 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. What does that diary come up with, right? I don't give a fuck about what he had in his diary before. Because we closed that chapter. Like he brought the puppy in. The dog is in the Thunderdome. And by bringing the dog into the Thunderdome, he has brought a child for the Pat McAfee show experience up to and including the unofficial, unsolicited, unconfirmed executive league of fans, which nobody votes for, nobody wants anywhere, to raise that dog. Now, the unsolicited, unconfirmed, whatever, really need to learn the three things. Executive league of fans is probably going to do absolutely nothing but judge you on the way that you raise our dog. Um, so, knowing that, choose wisely. Um, we can be mean, but we also can be great. So those times where you don't know what you're getting. Sometimes we can come through in a pinch and be like, hey, you should be doing this. That dog shouldn't be doing that. So there are pluses and minuses to having us around. You focus on the good, the bad will fade away. Got that from my hot yoga teacher in Vegas. Yeah, so I wrote this thing with the idea of a mirror, right? Like the video idea I have is basically a kaleidoscope version of of two parallel timelines that start at the same point. What seems like it starts at the same point and is the same point, as they diverge through the different arches in time, crossing paths in one port, coming out and around, and then actually meeting. And then when they meet, they're on stage and they come out, to a crowd, and then they say something. And it was what, better get out the way, I think it is. I don't fucking remember. I know we're supposed to learn more words, but I'm not gonna be there on September 3rd, so you never fucking know. Um, um but like the camera like pans out, looking over the shoulder, looking at the crowd. They say something, the crowd says it back, and then I think Jelly Roll is like saying the word from high above, and like they turn looking at that, and they say it again, and then the camera zooms back in, and it looks like the camera is looking into their eyes, but in their eyes you can see the reflection of the people, and then outside you can see the reflection of the camera. And then hypothetically, this is all through a TV or a screen. So you can see the 5 layers of the experience: the observer, the observer's observer, the we, and the two eyes. That's the idea. That's the video idea. And like I can go through, like I use my story because like my story is conceited as fucked up as he says, say that out loud to people. Is very much a mirror of the story that I'm aware of Pat McAfee. So it's like really weird. Like there's a line in the song that says "living check to check," which is super interesting because when I hear that, like there was a time in my life where I was living like paycheck to paycheck, but there also was a time in my life where I was living like check call fold, check called fold, and there's another line in there saying short stack grind, which sitting at a 1-2 cash game with $100 because you only have $500 of your name, and try to make that to be enough money. Like that's a small stake grind. It's literally the dude from Rounders with the leather ass. I forgot his name, but like that life is it's a hard life to hoe if you're not willing to hoe it. Like you wake up to some shit. Um, but yeah, like the way that it would work is like it starts off at a school with a school door. The school door opens. They walk across the sidewalk, and like my side gets hit by a car because that's the moment when I didn't care. Like the way I started in football, like I played as a freshman. I had to play. I went to a small school, so like this sounds good if you don't know anything about where I went to school, but it is actually good because like we had a team. Like I had to earn a spot, but like we didn't have like a JV squad that people played on, so like there was nowhere else for me to play. So I had to play varsity as a freshman. Most people were able to because of like age restrictions and whatever. So I had to play as a freshman, and I had an older brother, so all of the coaches and all of the players that knew my older brother and had an opinion of him, um, and I was very different than him. So uh, I managed to work my way up to be uh, in the starting rotations. So like the starters were like the ones and twos, and during camp and double sessions or whatever, like you'd have like 3 or 4 plays that you'd have, and then you'd sit out, take water, and the guy would get somebody else would get reps, and you do that for the session or whatever. And I worked my way up to be on the starting team. So like the sophomore going into his junior year, because it was supposed to be his spot because he had played backup or whatever, and like I've waited for it. Da, 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 da. He ended up needed to, they put him with the running backs or whatever. So he was started working with them more than they basically took him off of defense altogether. So like the first day I got starting reps in the morning practice, and like there was a problem. Like I could tell. Like I've always been an outer orbit person. Like I don't like to be in the middle. I don't like being a leader. I don't like being the rah rah guy. But like I take on whatever role needs to be done. And unfortunately, in the world we live in today, most of the time it's the fucking guy giving the directions, which I would like that to stop because I would like to go back to being the guy on the outside that just does what needs to be done. And I don't really care about anything but whatever the team gets, I want a part of. That's really, and if I'm not on a team, I hope that there's enough, I've made enough people like me where they'll take care of me when when something shits the bed. Philosophy is weird. It's very weird. I tell everybody, like, I definitely invented a religion. Definitely invented a religion. Didn't really invent it, but like named what we should be doing. Um, like it's weird. I named it in stages because like there was a question one of our friends had that was asked at like a therapy session or whatever. It's like you could go back. It's a great question. So this is something you should think about. You go through phase changes every 8 to 10 years. Let's pretend. Let's pretend. Let's pretend. Let's pretend I'm a comedian and this is funny. Let's pretend that'll be a fun. If you all pretend that I'm funny and I pretend that I'm funny, then eventually I will become funny. So fake it till you make it. The problem with faking it till you make it is that you spent a lot of time with people who've made it and found out it was fake. I do like that line. I don't know how well I say it. Oh, I never got into this. Still on the fucking screen. So this little bar thing is an idea for like a song. I don't know if it's a song. It's like an idea. It is an idea for a song, like a song that tells a story. So we go through the meaning of life. The purpose of life is to answer the question of, is this what you wanted? Right? Like that's, if you want to break it down, like that is the meaning of life. Is this what you wanted? Which, if you think about it, it really means being ignorant to the things that aren't what you want, but also being ignorant to the things that are all that you want. Um, and that's weird to say out loud. Yeah, because you can't, if you think about it, you can't want, if you want to stay, you can only, yeah, if you want to stay what you are, you have to have things that you don't want, pushing the things that you want in to keep it into a ball. If not, it'll just float off into oblivion. It won't be anything, kind of like the dollar. If you don't have anything capping what it is, if you don't have anything telling you what it's worth, you don't have any experience to put up against that experience, then it doesn't work. Which is why we're starting the executive or the ownership. What is it? Owner. Yeah, we're selling ownership through monthly contribution of $25. If somebody could set that up, that'd be awesome. Or tell me how to set it up, that'd be even awesomer. I'm sure there's a way. I should care, but don't care that much. But yeah, so it's $25, and it's equal to one. $25 is equal to one time dollar. It's not really a good name. We need to come up with a better one, but like, yeah, one time dollar. So one time dollar is 25 whatever Earth, no, I can't call them Earth dollars, whatever World Bank dollar you want to choose, but it would be based off of 25 American US dollars. Or you can earn one with 1 hour of beneficial service to the company, or basically like an hour of work. So just like Uber, you fucking pick an hour you want to work and do whatever it is that is described. Boom, do the work. If you don't do the work, cool. Ratings, whatever, fucking all that shit. Come up with that. Have answers to all those questions. But that's how we take over the petrodollar and make $500 trillion. Because $500 trillion is apparently what the entire value of cash is in the world. And the way that you control the world is you control the way that they control value. So you say that you're ultra competitive. I am also competitive, also ultra competitive. And if we're playing to win, I guess maybe we just fucking win. Like, why are we monkey fucking around with the rest of this shit? Why are we trying to take over political parties? Why are we trying to fucking trying to get laws changed? Why are we taking on companies that are spying on us? Fuck it, just let them go. We can do it better. Like, that's, we can do it better. So since we can do it better, we're gonna do it like a fucking college-age white kid with privilege. We are going to need some things from you. One of the things that we're going to need from you is to kind of ignore us. We're going to do some shit that ultimately will make you proud, but is going to make you angry. It's also going to make you look silly. Or it's going to make us look silly. But probably it's going to do something that I never saw coming anyway. But I think if you look at any system of this size being 8 billion people, because you cannot solve the problems that we're having by doing it with one part of humanity. Humans are awesome. Humans are awesome. Humans are awesome. Humanity is fucked. Like, that's the mantra in my head. And humanity, to survive, created society. And society is government, competition, art, and information. And this is my art. Art is the reflection of my point of observations, reflection of what I see and want to return of government, information, and competition. This is my art, which is oversought by my government, which is one's chosen religion. And I don't really like any of the religions that are out there, so I have made my own. Some of you may have expressed something to the effect of what, and I would say, how did you know? The religion is called what? WAAW, and it stands for We Are All Wrong. So if you follow the hierarchy of who you're talking to, we is usually the outer internal voice, or Middle Earth, as Boston Counter and D-Bone would say. We are all wrong. So whenever you're listening to the outer voice and it is deferring from your inner voice, the I, they're wrong. Now, when reality happens, and when reality happens is when you achieve your purpose, and your purpose is to find a way that you have to say that we were right. Yeah. Fucking Jesus. That's not insane to say out loud. Am I not playing? Because that would be weird. Super interesting. I should know who watches me when you're not watching is the question of the day. The fuck was I talking about? Nothing important. Yeah. Did not address that thing. Oh, so I wrote like a song concept that nobody ever asked for, but I think it would be fucking cool, right? So like we're a mirror of everybody. Like you're a mirror of we're all mirrors, right? Like if you're seeing me, I'm a reflection of something that you want to see or don't want to see. And that's the weird part about it. Like love and hate are opposite. They're, they're polarizing figures in the spectrum of ignorance, right? Like that's the everything has every label has a polarizing figure, and we identify everything as a polarizing figure, but we should be trying to achieve the middle ground. So we should be trying to achieve the equator rather than the North Pole and the South Pole. That's a weird fucking way to think about it. What the fuck is wrong with you? A lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. So yeah, I thought this was cool because this I think is called an analogy, where it says, "I am to society as Eminem is to rap." Are we going to explain this to people because we're a fucking idiot and we're not going to let the art speak for itself? I think that we are because we can't wait. We can wait. We just don't want to. Because the sooner you can understand what the fuck I'm talking about, you can tell me if I should still keep talking. Oh, fucking Jesus. Something's wrong with you. All right, so I'm just deciding like Eminem's rap, right? Like Eminem, I don't. I think there might actually be a verse out there that is very similar to this, and if there is, thank you. Um, but if there's not, thank you, because I definitely didn't do this at all. I'm a muse. Like this is not refined, but this is definitely for somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. Take it for a spin. See what you can do with it. Um, so I'm just deciding like Eminem is for rap. So like Eminem when he's rapping, like he will say the shit that you think is ammunition that you're going to use on him, and will say it in his diss. I think it's called a diss track. I'm the whitest guy in the world. Um, um, and then like blast you with lines that like you never even like wrap around and come back and just like you never saw it coming. Right? Like that's how he goes. So if you think so, This needs to say you, or maybe, yeah, you think you're armed with the bar to take me, like Greg. You think you got the gun with the shot. I don't fucking do anything. Like, why would you? Nobody fucking cares about me. Who the fuck am I writing this for? Super fucking weird. I take it back. Like, I snatch your fucking bar and I say it like, motherfucker. I just aim it and pull the trigger. Fucking wherever it's gonna go, let's find out. It might. Let's find out. Aim it down. It hits around. Just burns at every play, and just bam, hits me in the back. So I shot myself in the back. I think that's like poetic in some way. I feel like it is. While with a mightier sword, which is like, now I'm not gonna ever use a fucking pen, so let's never be confused. But like, the pen is mightier than the sword. But if you progress it one spot down, like what are you writing with the pen? An idea. So I'm an idea. I slice so sure. Meaning I just fucking say the shit or cut. You ever seen like a ninja use just like the girl's naked? Like I feel like we've all seen that. Like that's you cut like that. It was a blur. You never saw it coming, and you're lying on your back, so you're looking up. You say "What the fuck" while you look up, and the light is zippered back, which you can take this one of two ways. It's a body bag, right? Zipper lights out, motherfucker, like it's over. Or because the there's a chakra, I don't fucking know. There's an eye, your heart, that if you wear a hoodie, you zip it up and then it wouldn't be able to see anymore. You get to choose. I thought that was a neat little ride in my mind, but like, I feel like somebody can make that awesome or not. But like I said, this is you. This is the I you. Like this is where I am. Like I don't know why I want to fight. I do know why I want to fight because I just want to not do anything. And it's looking like I'm going to have to do something. And if I'm going to have to do something, I'm going to do it. As Nike says, I'm just going to do it. And I guess that's just, we're just going to invent a better way to live together. So let's fucking go. That's what's happening. That is crazy. Um, but yeah, this is done by like us, so like literally any person that wants to rap that's not you. And like then in my head, what is the mirror of that? And like this is why I think um the this is why the definition is of reality is whatever we want to do the definition, but like the mirror thing, like you pick and choose what you see in your reflections, and like obviously you're observing the people that you have an experience with and what that experience is and what level that is. Like I don't think a lot of people understand, but sometimes when you do, it's kind of fucked up. So there's a reverse side of this. It's like, what is the reverse side? It's like I'm taking, so what is the giving version? Like I'm taking to get their value, and who's giving from their not value, right? So what's not value? Shit. And like if you think about what this sounds fucking horrible. But if you think about what fucking daily talk shows is like you take our shit and pound it with a sledgehammer, and we expect, because you're trying to deliver what we want, if you're trying to truly, we expect like Da Vinci's The David or whatever the fuck the name is. Like that's the journey that like I see the next verse going on. Is that retarded? Absolutely is. But it's a neat little vision in my brain. I think other people would like the vision, and it's fairly accurate for the moment in time that I'm having. Like, I don't think I don't think anybody I don't think anybody sees, and this is like the verbatim of every fucking serial killer, which has got to be fucking weird. I am not a serial killer. Maybe that's exactly what a serial killer would say, but I don't think I'm a serial killer. Um, but like this is like super weird. Like if you think about all of the like Netflix documentaries that you listen to, like, oh yeah, he just started talking weirdly about death being everything and changing the world. What if we're just the one that works? Let's just be the one that works. Like that's the definition of if we all just took care of ourselves, everyone would be taken care of. And it's amazing how many people hear that statement and they hear we all just take care of ourselves and thinks we is I. That's the problem, is that we forget that we are you and I. And then we've bastardized the competition part of society. So we need to create a sink. So we need to create a sink for you. So instead of coming crashing down and shattering everybody's hopes and dreams, we can, maybe make it less abrupt. So maybe you land on a stunt air pad rather than the ocean water. Still might break something, but you'll be okay. You'll live. And that's so much easier with questions. So much easier with questions. But hey, Boston Counter, appreciate you. Debo, appreciate you letting this journey happen. I know that you don't give a fuck, and nor should you, but like, I understand the journey you're about to go on, and I wish you luck. And not that I will ever be able to do anything, but if you ask, I might try. So who the fuck knows? Um, and that goes for anybody who listens. I don't know how I would ever be able to help you, but know that if you ask, I will always say no. At the very least, I will always say no. I shouldn't say that. At the very least, I want to say no. That sounds horrible, but like, I can tell you sitting out here in limbo where you're like, is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Is this something that somebody would do? Without somebody saying yes or no, just no feels like a relief. Death feels like a relief. That is the crazy part. But all right, I gotta go fucking get rid of my storage unit. So remember, there is no values. There is no scoreboard for the experience, no matter how much the internet or Nielsen ratings or ESPN or Disney will tell you. They have yet to provide us with a way to give you value or give you a rating for the experience other than exchanging value. And the dollar is no longer an accurate statement of exchange because nobody, and I mean nobody, knows, can internalize what the value of a dollar is. But they can time. Everybody knows time, and everyone knows what kind of experience they're looking for an hour of work time, of community time, and my time. So there is no action without reaction. Remember, react with purpose, react promptly, and if possible, react politely. Now, if we all took care of ourselves, we all would be taken care of. And if you didn't like what you see,